Hello traders, Andy Demi here from the London Trading Institute. Hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are doing well. It's Wednesday, it's raining, it's sunny, it's raining, it's sunny. God knows what's going on out in London. But the market is pulling back. Well, there's a surprise. Okay, there's a surprise to many, but not to us. We've been expecting this pullback to happen, and if you can see on my previous Bitcoin videos, that's really essentially what I've been preparing for. And I am bullish on Bitcoin, but I want to kind of share with you where I think there might be a turning point here. As you can see, the price is coming down, and you can see I've got some arrows on my charts there. And these have been drawn in before in previous videos using different analysis tools. And I'll quickly remind you of what I did and what I think is going to happen next on Bitcoin. So we'll get straight to it, guys. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It just means that, with all of our daily updates, you will get notified if you hit the bell notification as well. And if you're enjoying our content, please hit that like button to spread the love and get our channel out to more people and our content out to more people. We really appreciate you. Thank you. So let's get to it. Let's get straight to the point. And I might actually have to go like this. It might be easier, otherwise I might block off. So here's the daily chart, guys. And, I kind of, if you recall what I did last time, was I used this similar price action over here to show us that the market often repeats, and potentially this little pullback here into the 50 EMA might be repeated before the market goes higher. And so far it's pretty much been on the money. It's coming back to that 50 EMA just like this here, and it looks very, very similar before Bitcoin ultimately took off. And so I'm not too worried about this pullback at this stage. Okay, here's the thing that we want to kind of put our attention on. Okay, let me just clear this up. So, one of the things that I thought might happen back here is, you see how we took out these lows over here and then the market reversed. I thought that might happen here, but it didn't. Okay, and we've gone into that kind of phase of Bitcoin territory, which historically has seen Bitcoin rise, okay, turn, which is end of March, start of April, as I've been saying. And at the moment we're basically coming into that buy zone. Now, where would I change that stance? Well, if you kind of look at the way that the market structure is, okay, you've got these low points and then equal high points and then a higher low point, and then we have this kind of higher high. Now that's bullish on its own, but what we would really expect now is for this to find a low point, for us to then take out this high point, and then I really would be confident in our original target of between 58 and 60,000, which brings us back up to here. Okay, so that's really basically what I'm looking for. Now, what would change my mind? Well, essentially, if we start to get aggressive and start to take out these lows down here, that would be where I would think, okay, maybe it is actually going to do what I thought originally, and maybe take out the lows. If we just kind of look back over here, we had a low point there. We did take out the low here, and then this was kind of an equal low. So you'd kind of, if it was going to repeat what happened previously, you'd basically be looking at this kind of zone down here somewhere, okay, where we crash and the market basically takes out the lows and then potentially reverses. Now, I'm not preparing for that right now. Okay, right now I am preparing for what we originally said, which was to look for potential buy zones around here, which is around that kind of 43,000 area. Now, if I head over to the 4-hour time frame, this is what I did on the last video that I did. And you can kind of see what we were looking at. So we were here on that last video that I did. I think it was the last one or one of the recent videos. And I said, oh, maybe it's going to rally, pull back, and then go. Now, what's happened since is the market did actually rally. It did come into this zone. I know at least one of my students that ended up shorting it in this zone, and then it didn't come back down straight away. It consolidated, but it is coming back down now. So it's almost like, it looks like the correct path, but just mistiming the actual time. So it looks like that could be happening right now. Now, what I've marked down here is the 1618, which is around 42,000, and then the 144, which is about 42.5. These are Fibonacci extensions. I really like these areas. Now, this could actually stop a little bit higher around here. But essentially, I could make this whole block a little bit bigger. So I really like these areas here for at least some demand to come back into Bitcoin here. Okay. We also have the a support line coming in around that sort of area. Now, that doesn't mean, by the way, that the market is going to then go take out its highs, because what it could do is you could get a bounce. Okay, so from a trading point of view, this is a really great zone, but this could just be this could be a bounce, and then we could have another Fibonacci sequence that takes us, down a little bit further, maybe into this kind of block here. Okay. So the way that I would approach this right now is use this kind of information here to take advantage and trade it if you feel comfortable, and it obviously matches your own trading idea. Trade it to make some money. But in terms of investing, you can just dollar cost average. So if you buy here and then ultimately it does go a little bit lower, you can just kind of buy a little bit more. So you don't have to put your full stack on here. You could buy, and if it goes a little bit lower, you could buy a bit more and a bit more and a bit more, right? So, and the thing that I'm seeing right now is, you're kind of getting these oversold indicators, which is again another good sign for that kind of short-term idea. Like if we just kind of, they're not perfect, but if you kind of have multiple indicators confirming the same thing, like this one here is the money flow, I believe, and this is the stochastic RSI. So both are kind of in the oversold categories. So I think that a little push down into this kind of zone is going to represent a good, so anything between 43 and 42. And if you're using order flow, okay, that's going to really add to the weight of the trade. Okay, so that's what I like to use when I'm day trading. I use order flow to identify where the demand is coming in to back the technical analysis. So I think short term, it's really quite predictable. Market is pretty much moving the way that we're thinking it's going to move. As we said, we thought it would rally, it rallied. We thought it would fall, it's fallen. And then again, I think it's going to rally around this kind of block here. And long term, historically, as I said, it does tend to rally. I am still playing for this market breaking its high here and heading towards this block here before we could even then attempt to potentially break these highs. And I think once these highs are broken, then I think finally we could be heading back towards 100,000. Now, if, not toward, we've never got there before, but kind of getting to 100,000. And if we take the kind of long-term Fibonacci, I think the first, if we do break the highs, I think the first kind of resistance zone is going to be around here. So for me, I think even if this market does really, really break through here, then I would be looking at this Fibonacci zone up here. So anything between 77 and 80 would be a really great take profit. Let the market do its thing. You know, probably comes back off again. Like if you kind of just look at you could probably draw a channel line there. So you'll kind of get something like that, I think. And then I think ultimately the market comes off again, takes out some stops, maybe comes back into this kind of demand zone. And then I think we go for the next swing up towards, you know, breaking that sort of 100K mark. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm thinking short term and long term for Bitcoin. Let me know in the comments. What do you guys think? Do you think we are going to go to 30K? Do you think we're going to hold in this zone here and then go towards this zone here? What are you playing? Let me know. Comment below. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed our content. And have a good day, guys. That's all from me today. Good trading. I'll catch you again soon. Take care.